There we go. Okay. Good to see everybody. Let me send a notice out before I forget. Notice out. Okay. Alrighty. So, I think what we're going to do today is give the devotees an opportunity who didn't get to say anything during the Vyasa Puja ceremony that was 2 days ago to make their offerings. But first, we want to chant like we normally do. Give me a second and we'll chant some bhajan. Actually, where's that? Okay, let's chant. Actually, this is nice. They're all nice. Actually, change the color. That's better. Vaishnavata Say Gori Diyapata Jaya Shodaheha Maya Tumaraja Ranado Jaya Beka Jami Jaya Dosha Shuri Jaya Guna Devuna Say Jaya Satsanga Deo Hamare Bosheche Sangha Ekakema Oemono Aninam Sanyudane Tumi Kripakori Davenduneya Deha Krishna Nate Tumara Jite Paro Tumara Zakate Ache Amitao Kangala Krishna Krishna Mole Ayetava Bache Bache Jaya Jaya Maya Jomaraja Radhauri Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare. See, change the video, the audio. Hare Ram. Let me just make sure the audio is right. Yeah, it's all right. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama, Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Haribo 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 Jago Haribo 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 Jai Om Shiva Paramahansa Paramacharya Satashi Shima His Divine Grace Abhaya Charanada Bhaktivedanta Goswami Srila Prabhupada Jai ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Anantagoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopakapana Shyam Kund Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Vrindavanam Ki Jai Maturadam Ki Jai Jagadath Swami Ki Jai Manamai Ki Jai Srimati Tulasi Devi Ki Jai Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Gaur Premananda Hari Hari Bol. All glory is the assembled devotees. All glory is the assembled devotees. All glory is the assembled devotees. All glory is to Shri Guru and Gauranga Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swamini Tinamani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pachani Nivishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Dejatani. Just want to check my sound. Sounds all right. Yeah, sounds all right. Okay. Sounds fine to me. Okay, so I guess Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Budale. Shiva. Whoops, my phone keeps talking back to me. That's the problem. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharani Nivashesha Shunyavadi Paschacha Dejatari. Actually, my phone won't keep quiet. Hold on a second. It's unsubmissive phone. So, good to see everybody. So, what I was thinking we would do this evening is give the devotees who didn't get an opportunity to make their offerings during the many different Vyas Pujas we had. Actually, at least 3 or 4 different Vyas Puja ceremonies, but not everybody got a chance to do their offerings. So, if someone would like to do that, otherwise we could go to the Chaitanya Charitamrita, but I told everybody they get a chance to say some nice things and encourage me in devotional service by saying some nice things, because I definitely need some encouragement after getting attacked on the internet today. So I definitely need some encouragement from the Vaishnavas. So, just trying to figure out that I'm not a demon. Okay, so if someone would like to say something, please either raise your hand. Yeah, raise your hand. Raise your hand. That's the best thing. Raise your hand or unmute yourself. Okay. Vijay Radhika, you'd like to say something? Okay, so you can unmute yourself and speak a few words.
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते बीर कृष्णदास गोस्वामी इति नामिने नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चादादेशधारिणे. Dear Gurudev, very happy 72nd Vyasa Puja to you. Please accept my humble obeisances. You have many wonderful qualities, Gurudev, but I really admire your dedication to your spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, and I would like 1% of that dedication with your mercy, and I will be okay. And also, I admire your punctuality and your jokes and your the way you teach us all during the 5 o'clock Chaitanya Charitamrita class, which I am very fond of, and I tune to the station every evening. And also, Gurudev, you are very cute. Thank you so much, Gurudev.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's very nice because not everybody appreciates my jokes. But anyway, we found that out today. So thank you very much. And next is Jagat. Jagaguru. You can unmute yourself and say a few words. Jagat? Can you unmute yourself? You raised your hand. I know you're online. I saw your picture a second ago. Give you 10 seconds. Oh no, 5 seconds. Can't unmute. I didn't force everybody to. Now you are. I can't hear you though. You're unmuted, but I can't hear you.
Please accept my obeisances.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Please accept my obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and yourself. I just want to thank you for taking such an interest in the preaching in Raleigh. It's an inspiration and a real comfort to have the big guns come in, and it also, just it's an inspiration and a comfort, and also, like Ujjwala Rasagya was saying, it's just mind-boggling how you're able to come up with a solution for each and every person of each and every age in each and every country. So I want to thank you for that, and I want to thank you for all the benedictions you've given me. Especially on my birthday, you said I would achieve the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. So thank you very much.
It's very nice. Hopefully, I achieve the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. So our outreach in Raleigh is really doing well at North Carolina State, and it's interesting. Even this morning, of course, you didn't know this. I got one of the students from Raleigh who joined the movement like 2 or 3 years ago, thanks to the COVID. She was on the altar doing Mangalarti. She's second initiated. So that's pretty amazing, isn't it? I was just like jumping in ecstasy to see that. So Okay, Sundari Radha. Don't worry, Gurudev. All right, anyway, I'm not too worried. Thank you, Jagat. So, next is Lavangda Manjari. You can unmute yourself. It's good.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you,
Haribol.
Gurudev. And thank you so much for accepting us from last Kartik Purnami. And we are improving every day. And whenever we associate with you, we hear your lecture or anything, we are feeling inspired and we are seeing the positive feeling. So thank you so much for that. And it was so hard for us to do 16 rounds before, and after initiated by you, we were able to do more rounds, and we did couple of ekadasis, 32 rounds, and so it was not difficult anymore, but we are still struggling some days, so we are praying for you. So please continue, bestow your mercy on us, and please forgive all our offenses, Maharaj, and please bless us to continue our sadhana and everything. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for everything. Thank you so much.
Haribol. That's very nice.
Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Oh, Mohan. Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances, and thank you for accepting us as your disciple, and showing a lot of mercy on us. Even though we were like very neophytes, you kindly accepted us and gave us good assurance, and and whenever we pray for you kind of reciprocate, and we remove the hurdles in our sadhana. That's very personal for us. And thank you so much. And we love your the lectures, and the kind of you show affection to the kids. My kids are so affectionate to you, like they always talk about you, and they feel like they have a grandfather with them, and they always thank you so much, Maharaj.
Haribol. That's very nice. Thank you very much. Grandfather, probably great grandfather by this point. So, all right. So thank you. So next is the great Maha Mantra. Wow, Maha Mantra. You can unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Shri Gurudev. Please accept my obeisances.
Where are you now? You're in Bolivia?
I'm in Bolivia. Yes, I'm in Bolivia now.
Oh my God. How long have you been in Bolivia for?
It's been 3 weeks now.
Okay. When are you escaping?
Next year. Actually, I was chatting with Lila Shakti, so we can talk about that. Maybe for next year we can do something. So I can maybe go there.
Visa, so that would be great. That would be great. Okay, Maha Mantra is a really old New Goloka devotee, and he helped with the university preaching for many years. And he's just he's so attractive that you put him out on the campus and everyone faints. Not the girl. No. So anyway, he's a very attractive preacher of Krishna consciousness. All right, so you have some offering?
Yes, Gurudev. This is my obeisances. I'm very grateful to you for your example, your dedication to Srila Prabhupada's movement, and Lord Chaitanya's mission. It's very inspiring, actually, to see your dedication and your determination, not only on your sadhana, but how you deal with devotees every day, and also your compassionate nature towards everyone, especially somebody like me. And I'm especially thankful also that you the way you present Krishna consciousness, you explain to us, you know, is so practical in the day-to-day life, and it's very helpful in order to practice and try to stay in Krishna in Krishna consciousness. And I pray that one day I get to have your determination to serve you and Srila Prabhupada's movement. Thank you very much, Srila Gurudev.
Jai, Mahamantri ki Jai. Just pray that you can come back here. This is your
Yes.
home.
Yes,
Not
Srila Gurudev. I'm hoping next year.
Not Bolivia.
Yes.
Okay, so next is Ishwara Chaitanya. Another success case.
They accept my humble obeisances, Sri Gurudev. Of course, your good qualities, like your compassion and everything, is completely unlimited. But I just pray that someday I will have the right consciousness to properly serve you.
That's it?
Yeah.
Ishwara Chaitanya is actually, very nice young devotee, and he's just very, very dedicated. He gets up early every morning, earlier than anyone else in the temple except for me. And he's second initiated devotee, very, very nice devotee. And son of the temple president, Leela Shakti. Next is Champakalata. Wow, she must be in a car now.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. Hopefully the connection's good enough. And yes, I am, by your great kindness and mercy and generosity, I am driving your car.
Yeah, you're driving my car.
Yeah.
It's all yours, Guru. It's all yours, Guru Dave. That's what we say.
Yes, and somehow you still let me drive it. You tolerate.
Well, you paid for it.
Oh, Krishna. Yeah, but even that's all yours, Gurudev.
That's interesting.
Okay, I don't know if this connection's going to hold up. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you fine. So.
You're frozen for me.
Oh, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, now I can. So yeah, this year I've been especially meditating on how you often express that your mission in life, your goal is not to go back to Godhead, but just to please Srila Prabhupada. And just by meditating on your mission, I feel like I have some understanding of what it is to live to please Guru. So I've been just trying to really meditate on that. And I've had a little bit of a glimpse of what that means. And I also want to really appreciate how you make everyone feel like family. I was really struck on my birthday when my mother commented that there was a kirtan playing when I was born. That you didn't skip a beat. I mean, this is also acknowledging your sense of humor. You said there was a kirtan going on during your initiation, and it was hilarious, but it also deeply moved me because you were basically saying that my actual birthday was when you accepted me as your spiritual daughter. And so that's the other thing that I've been really meditating on, is just my great fortune that I get to be your daughter. Thank you, Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisances. May I get to serve you lifetime after lifetime and be your spiritual daughter forever.
Yeah, and you can dance forever. And then,
Thank you.
for those of you who don't know, Champakalata is the daughter of Urmila Devi Dasi. And she's an expert teacher, an expert dancer, an expert at everything. You're on your way to Raleigh now, or are you coming back from Charlotte?
Yeah, I've been driving from Charlotte, and I should be at dance class in 7 minutes with about 40 miles left on the battery.
Okay. So you better stop and get it charged on the way back.
Yeah, I'll probably have to, yeah.
Well, I'm sure you will. All right.
Thank you,
We'll see you
Gurudev.
tomorrow. So
Thank
next,
you.
next is Gopal's greatest devotee. That's
Please
Krishna
accept my
Priya.
obeisances, Gurudev. Please accept my obeisances, Gurudev.
I mean, I'm sorry. I apologize. Gopal's greatest devotee. No, actually, yes, Gopal's greatest devotee. That was the right way to say it.
So this is Krishna Priya. I have a little bit of a cold, so in case you...
Oh my God, you don't sound like her.
Hi, Gurudev. Please accept my obeisances. All glories to your Srila Prabhupada. Just to build a little bit on what Jagaguru and Mother Urjula Rasagya were saying, how you are able to find the individual and personal way to engage everyone according to their psychophysical, age, gender, size, color, nationality. It's very heartwarming, encouraging, and consistent, because as I've had the good fortune to read so many times that Srila Prabhupada said that it's necessary for us to rack our brains to find a way to give Krishna to everyone. And because everyone's an individual and we're all personalists, you take that instruction and that mood to heart, and that's always so very encouraging. And because you're always racking your brain and always thinking of the right way to give Krishna to everyone, you think very broadly and very deeply at all times, gives you the opportunity to see the bigger picture every time. So that's very encouraging for me, and I greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Gopal. I thought it was going to be Krishna Priya. Krishna Priya is his wife. Incidentally.
She's here, actually. She will also speak now.
Okay.
Gurudev, please accept my most humble obeisances. And I'm so
All
fortunate.
all glories to Gopal.
And I'm so blessed and so fortunate for your darshan. I'm so amazed whenever I go to the temple. Somehow you give me your darshan. Somehow I always see you on the way. And you brought Giraji on the altar, so I can go on the altar and I can decorate him. So you give me unlimited blessing in my life, so I will never be able to repay you my debt to you, Gurudev. Thank you for everything. Krishna may protect you and Krishna may bless you very long and healthy life. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Thank you. I actually gave her husband and her worshipful deity, Gopal. I got to be careful about my jokes now. Anyway, so what happened is that actually their marriage was interesting. That I was with Gopal in India, and she saw Gopal from a distance, and she said, "He's my husband." Not to me, of course. She said to her god sister Prashanta, "He's my husband." And then Prashanta came up to me and said, "We have a girl for Gopal." And then shortly thereafter, they got married at the Radha Damodar temple. Very, very auspicious marriage. And they've been married for how many years? Does anyone remember?
More than 25 years, Gurudev. More
than 25 years. It's one of ISKCON's longest marriages. That's success. I don't know if I could live with anyone for more than 25 minutes, what to speak of 25 years. So you are all just like really great devotees. That's why I have to live with myself, because I don't think I can live with someone else for so long, for 25 minutes. Okay. Now we'll see if someone else wants to speak. Otherwise, I don't want to embarrass anyone and just call on people, but I'll do it anyway. Does anyone else volunteer at this particular point?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, this is Atmanandini.
Atmanandini, it's good to hear from you.
Dhanavad Pranam Maharaj, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
All glories to Prabhupada.
I just wanted to share that knowing you allowed me to get a glimpse of Srila Prabhupada, because I have heard about Srila Prabhupada and I've read a lot about Srila Prabhupada, but still every time it seems like it's like a fairy tale. How can it be? How is it possible? But knowing you does allow me to see how much compassionate and loving Srila Prabhupada was to his disciples. And I especially like your non-judgmental and open-mindedness when you meet people. And that gives a very positive view of looking at ISKCON and how we should approach people. So that's very motivating to me now when I see people and I don't like, and not labeling them like, as you say, like karmis and non-devotees. So that's very, very positive change I aspire to practice. And this summer when you visited us in Davis, I got a taste of your tolerance and forgiving nature.
Yeah, I lost you. Are you still there? Uh-oh. Am I still here? I don't know, the internet went out. Can you repeat what you just said, because you went out for a minute?
I don't know where till what time were you able to hear me?
You said when I was in Davis, you got
Yes.
a sample or whatever.
I got a sample of your tolerance and forgiving nature, because when Sudharma and I, like 2 in the morning, when there was.
Oh, went out. Is it my internet that went out or their internet? Let's see.
I can hear you, Maharaj.
Oh, you can hear me. You went out. Your voice went out. All right. I got a message that my internet's fine, but yours just went off for a second. So when Sudharma and you at 2 o'clock in the morning, what happened?
We were because we did not have electricity, power shut down in our place, and the electricity guy had dropped in, and we were trying to be very in the excitement to serve and get the electricity fixed. We thought we were very quiet and we were whispering, but we were making too much of noise, and you were not able to sleep, but you did not chastise us. You just mentioned, and till this date, every time I think that how much racket we made, but you were so forgiving. I'm just amazed, because if I am sleeping and someone disturbs me, the next day I'm groggy and I'm still very irritable, but you were very, very tolerant. And last but not the least is, I really appreciate that you encouraged me to homeschool Anant back, because
Oh, we lost you again. So you said I'm happy that you encouraged me to homeschool Ananta, who's actually listening right now. That's her son. Her son is Ananta, and he's initiated, very enthusiastic young man.
So Maharaj, you encouraged me to homeschool him back, and I am really indebted for that encouragement you gave us.
Yeah, that's very important. Homeschooling, and he's doing very well. I mean, he's a really good devotee. You should be very proud of him.
And
So went off again. Your voice keeps going off and on. And you left off and. I encourage you to homeschool Ananta. Ananta's watching, so he's just proud of his mother.
And last but not the least, Maharaj, the COVID has been a blessing, because now we get an opportunity to hear from you every day. So I hope even when things are back to normal, you will continue these classes.
Yeah, thank you. I will try, except when I go to. Ananta just said something funny to me in a text message to everybody. That I'll try, because when I go to Fiji and Australia and New Zealand, the time zone is quite different, so it's going to be harder to do this. Actually, I could,
Yeah.
because it's in the morning. It's actually in the morning in Fiji. I could actually do it if I arrange my schedule. Okay. All right.
But
Thank you very much.
thank you, Maharaj.
Very nice. And maybe we should have your son next, Ananta. I'll call on him. Do you want to unmute yourself, Ananta, and say something? Probably not. He's proud of his mother. Oh, he needs to get his mic. All right, let's pick someone else right now. And who else didn't get an opportunity to offer or say anything the other day? Some of the devotees said things in private, so I'm not going to embarrass them. Actually, I know who I can pick and make uncomfortable before Ananta gets his mic. There's Tulsi. She didn't say anything the other day. Okay, Tulsi, can you unmute yourself? She's been serving for, assisting me for like 40 years or something like that, in the preaching and so many things, book distribution. You want to unmute yourself, or you just, no, you don't have a choice. Unmute yourself. No, I guess she doesn't want to. She just sent me a message that Tulsi died. She didn't die. Come back to life. Anyway, I'm going to call on you. Is she there with you?
She's right here.
Okay, so make her say something.
That's me.
Okay. You can't keep both phones on. That's it. Yeah, just have one phone on.
She's using it as an excuse.
So where is she?
She's like ignoring
Okay.
and avoiding.
She's going to have to do it sooner or later, so just tell her to prepare. Okay, so Brajalila did yesterday with me, and Ananta, you ready? Not? Okay, unmute yourself, Ananta.
Hare Krishna Gurudev. I just want to say thank you for coming this summer to Davis and giving me initiation. I'll try to follow your instructions as best as I can.
Which instructions will you follow and which ones won't you follow? That's an interesting question to ask a disciple. Can you follow all of them?
Yes.
Can you follow all the instructions?
I'll try to.
Okay, that's an interesting question to ask a disciple. Okay, thank you very much, Anant. Okay, now who else do? Oh, Bart Prabhu, okay. Does he have his own phone? Because your phone keeps going off. Or somehow or
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna Bart. All glories to Prabhupada. So my blessings.
Jai Srila Prabhupada Maharaj, Dandavad Pranam. I wanted to say thank you for coming to Davis and also to Sacramento for so many years and blessing us. And especially this year when you encouraged us to make some advancement on this line. We were stuck for 15 years almost. So Brahman initiation you gave us.
Very nice. Yeah, you keep somehow or other your phone keeps going off from time to time. I mean, at least I can't hear you. There must be a problem with your internet.
Oh, Maharaj, so can you hear us now?
I can hear you now. Yeah, it goes off like every half minute or something.
Yeah, I think it's too slow. So, Maharaj, I don't know. I wanted to thank you for giving us the Brahman initiation and coming here every year for so many years, blessing us. And we made final, advancement. You encouraged us to make some advancement in our devotional life. after 15 years this year. And also let you know that yesterday we had a grand Vyas Puja celebration and feast here in Davis in an open area. And I don't know if anybody made a video, we will send it to you. So it was quite a grand celebration of your Vyas Puja. Around 50
Well,
people
thank you
turned
very
up.
much.
Yes. So hopefully sometime you will come here during the Vyas Puja and then we can do a proper celebration.
We'll see.
We cannot compete with Fiji, I know.
No, Fiji. Next year we'll be in Fiji, hopefully, if the world is open. The world is still here. Thank you very much. Okay, so who else do we have here that didn't get a chance to raise your hand? Raise your hand or unmute yourself. Who's next? I know there's other people here besides Tulsi. Should I call on people and embarrass people?
Just writing something.
Oh, someone was at Moto G. I don't know who was Moto G. Why don't we, let's see. Sundhi Radha already spoke.
Haribol Gurudev.
Haribo, who is this? Because I can't see by your phone who you are.
It's Leela Bhakti. It's Leela Bhakti. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time using it.
Oh, Leela Bhakti, okay. Because your phone says Moto G, so it's very hard to understand who Moto G is.
Haribol Gurudev. All glories to Prabhupada. All glories to you. I just want to thank you, Gurudev, for giving me stability, for giving me community, for giving me shelter under your lotus feet. This has been quite a year for me, and living in New Goloka, and I've been very blessed through your mercy for being in such a wonderful, wonderful place, and having you as my guru, and receiving so much mercy in my service, in my deity service. Now that I've received Brahman, it's been such an amazing journey, and I really, really thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Jai. Very, very nice.
Thank you, Gurudev.
Thank you.
Haribol.
Haribol, glories to Prabhupada. Thank you very much. That's encouraging. Such a nice devotee and lives here in New Goloka. So, I know who I was going to call. Who was I going to call? Wait a second. Let's see. Maybe we'll pick on people right now. Adi Leela. Yeah, Adi Leela. That's right. Adi Leela, can you unmute yourself and say something?
Hare Krishna Gurudeva, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to you. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bir Krishna Goswami Namine. Namo Ham Sanikarshaya Prabhupada Priyate Sudrida Shudinishtavyam Tasyavakyanavaline. I am very grateful that you gave me second initiation and never will forget this day. And you say now you can worship Jagannath with mantras. So now I am here 11 years in Peru and I can worship Jagannath, and this is my desire for life. So I'm very happy.
That's
Thank
very
you.
nice. That's very nice. Yeah, your heart's desire has been fulfilled. Okay. And actually, well, maybe I'll embarrass some people. How about Gopisha? Do you want to say something?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Haribol.
Okay. Haribol. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. When you came to Florida a few months ago, I was able to have your association. And one of the things you told me to do was to listen to your 5 o'clock classes. So since then, I have been listening regularly. And these classes are something I really look forward to nowadays. I've learned a lot of new and interesting facts about Mahaprabhu. And it's made me love devotional service even more because I found out so many things. And my favorite part about the classes is when you give the small commentaries on the verses, especially when like the commentaries are in relation with Srila Prabhupada, because I can understand how Prabhupada practices whatever he speaks. So thank you so much, Maharaj.
Very nice, very nice. And Gopish is going to be taking initiation soon. He's a second generation devotee, very nice devotee, wonderful parents, and in Orlando, Florida. So next, oh, Lord Brahma is on. So
Hare
Brahmaji,
Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna Maharaj. I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, let me read what I wrote down. Very small offering. Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj. Danvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for giving shelter to my family and myself. Thank you so much for teaching us from the Chaitanya Charitamrita every day by reading and explaining the salient points from it. This situation is similar to that of a parent nourishing his infant child by feeding the baby at punctual intervals with lots of love. I and my family hope to grow in your shelter and be of use to your servants. Thank you, dear Guru Maharaj, your aspiring servants, Brahmaji, Divya, Samanvi, and Gaurahari. I'm outside, so they could not be with me. We preparing to do this together, so I apologize, Maharaj, but thank you so much.
All right, it's good to hear from you, and we'll see you soon. And
Yes.
Brahmaji is going to be initiated soon too. So that's not his initiated, that's his original name is Lord Brahma.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Brahmaji. That's a nice name. I like that name. All right, so who else? I mean, Tulsi, you want to volunteer? She's really shy. I mean, she's done so much service throughout the years. Here in Nugaloka, she went on Sankirtan. She lived, because we had no facility, she lived in a car for like 10 years. And just basically, like all of us, of course, all of us in the beginning days at Nugaloka, we didn't have any facility, no running water or anything like that. And everything was just like outside, camped out for about 10 years. I think it was just about 10 years. So she's a great devotee and extremely humble, and she's in Raleigh right now doing the outreach program at the university. So do you want to speak? No. We are indebted to her for all of her nice service.
I'll say one word.
Yeah, one word.
Thank you. Anyways, my service, please send my obeisances. My service from the beginning has always been to be an instrument for you to reach out and give Krishna consciousness to other souls. And early on, I remember one time there was a difficult situation and you brought me aside and you were telling me how to really, you see, whoever comes to you, it's Krishna directly and Prabhupada directly sending them to you. And that when you're chanting, you're always praying to be an instrument for Prabhupada and Krishna. And so how can you turn anyone away that Krishna and Prabhupada have sent? And you were literally begging me to be tolerant and compassionate and forgiving, and so that I wouldn't turn anyone away that you were trying to help. and you started to have tears going down your cheeks. And so I've tried to, even though I don't, I've made many offenses to be an instrument for you in that respect. So anyways, that's it. Yeah.
And she's distributed so many books. I mean, she has some days like distributing 300 or 400 big books. I mean, she's actually extremely humble devotee. In the beginning days of Nugaloka here, by her book distribution, she was supporting the whole temple, basically, in the early days of Nugaloka. And she's still out there contacting people, cultivating people, helping people be Krishna conscious. You know, I remember even today I spoke to one of my, I guess, older disciples. Her name is Krishna. And she was telling me how Tulsi guided her through her whole university years. I didn't even know about that. How to take care of the administration at the university, how to do this at the university, how to do that at the university. I didn't even know about that. So there's all these unsung qualities, or she's an unsung hero. You know, the real devotees, they actually are unsung. In other words, people don't like glorify them. They're just like humbly going on, serving Krishna with their hearts. And those of us who get praised, well, that's, you know, maybe we need it, but the real devotees don't need praise. Okay, so now Sumukh said that Salesh wanted to say something. So Salesh, you can unmute yourself if you want to say something. You have an opportunity to unmute yourself. And if you can't unmute yourself, you can't say anything, obviously. Salesh? Actually, so Sumukha, he's not unmuting himself, so. Okay, so who else did not speak the other day who's online right now? We've got 36 people online. I'm not going to go through everybody. Okay. Haribol.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Good to see you. So.
Yeah. My humble obeisances to you, Maharaj.
Jai, all glories Prabhupada. So how are you doing?
Good, Maharaj. Just chanting every day, following your instructions. Good. Yeah, doing all those 16 rounds every day.
Good. We hope to see you soon.
Yeah. Happy Vyas Puja to you, Maharaj.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy to I'm always waiting for you to take initiation here in Fiji.
Yeah, I'll be there. If Krishna, as Krishna desires, I'll be there in December.
That will be good, Maharaj.
Okay, looking forward to seeing you. All right, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
So, does anyone else want to volunteer? Otherwise, we can end early, or does anyone else have questions? Volunteers, you can unmute yourself, or you can raise your hand. If you haven't said anything so far, the Vyas Puja, it looks like we finished it up. Pretty much we finished everybody up. We got some, you know, Dowji's there, but he spoke the other day at the Vyas Puja.
Maharaj.
I thought you spoke already, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, Maharaj. I have a question, one more question from yesterday's class.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you were saying that Krishna will forget that he's God. So I'm not able to understand that, Maharaj. Like, Krishna forgets he's God. I mean, so how can we understand? Yeah, more
understand
in.
That.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, Maharaj. Yeah.
The reason we forget things is because we're influenced by the lower modes of nature. And, you know, we have a material body. Actually, in the Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada comments when Krishna says to Arjuna that many, many births both you and I passed, and then it indicates, Krishna indicates that imam vivasvate yogam praktavanaham avyam, that Krishna spoke to Vivaswant millions of years ago, and Arjuna was there at the same time. I'll answer that question in a second from Brahmaji. Arjuna was there at the same time, but Arjuna could not remember being there at the same time when Krishna spoke to Vivaswant, because Arjuna changed his bodies. So when we change the body, there's forgetfulness. That's a practical scientific fact, because the nerves and the synapses and everything sort of like starts to decay as you get older. And what to speak of when you die. So your memories sort of like fade away. Although I do remember a lot of things. That is, in fact, I remember last night having dreams about my university years. And it was, what was this? I was at one course where I didn't understand what they were saying. It was very interesting. I was put in my advanced placement physics course, and I didn't have the prerequisite. Because I was so good in physics, they put me like in the junior level course when I was a freshman. And they were talking about things that I had not learned before. And I was just like, I remember, it was just, oh my God. And it was actually there again. It was like talking about electrical fields and the shape of electrical fields. I remember it very clearly. Anyway, so somehow or other, Krishna has blessed me with such good memory. But as far as last life, or the life before that, I don't know if I was there when Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita millions of years ago. I was probably there when Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita 5,000 years ago on the opposite side. And Duryodhana's army might have been there. But anyway, but Krishna doesn't change his body, so he doesn't forget. But Krishna wants to forget sometimes. Now, when I forget, it's not because I want to forget.
It just happens.
It's because it just happens. You understand? It just happens. It's just not. And sometimes it takes me a few minutes. I want to. What did I say? Can you remind? Sometimes you're giving a class, and you're making a point, and then you go off and tell another story. You say, "Where was I?" And then you go back. But Krishna's not like that. He actually purposely forgets because he, like an actor, gets into a particular role. When you have an actor who's very expert, and Krishna's the most expert actor, expert dramatist, as Prabhupada would say, he gets into a role. That's called method acting. And when Krishna gets into his role, he gets into his role. He's absorbed completely. When Krishna's half man, half lion, that's what he's thinking about. He's not really thinking about the gopis at that point. He's thinking about anger, killing Hiranyakashipu, saving his devotee Prahlad Maharaj. So Krishna's like that. He's just completely absorbed. Like they say, be here now.
Right.
So Krishna is completely absorbed in what he's doing. And when he's completely absorbed in what he's doing, he's focused, completely focused. And of course, Krishna has other, it's not as simple as that. Because at the same time when Krishna or Ram are doing something, they have all these other expansions who are doing different things. And some of the expansions are remembering that they're the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I mean, I tell you, it's inconceivable. It's a chincha. That's why I don't get into trying to understand. I can explain, but to really understand what's going on is impossible because Krishna is remembering in one of his appearances simultaneously. There's other appearances where he's not remembering, desiring not to remember, and other appearances he's feeling great sorrow, and other appearances he's feeling great humor. So this is God. It's just like, who can conceive of him? So this is his Leela. Leela means, what does Leela mean? Play. Just like when I was young, sometimes my friends and I, we would not play the Ramayan. We would play cowboys and Indians.
Mm.
And we had not Indians from India, but the Indians from America. And then we would have toy guns and we'd shoot each other and bows and arrows and say, bang, you're dead. And we put on all these different plays. It was all Maya, of course. And we actually believed it. And when there's a story about Lord Nityananda, when he was a child, he put on the play about Lord Ram's pastime of Lakshman being hit by the Shakti Shila weapon and Hanuman going to get the Mrityu Sanjeevani. And he really got into it. He became unconscious when he was playing the part of Lakshman. So this is his play. Try to understand it as play. Like little children, they will play different parts and they'll be completely into it. And they'll forget that they have parents. And I've seen this sometimes when children do something, they forget that they have a mother and father while they're doing it. They forget that it's time for dinner. And the parents have to cry, time for dinner. And the children don't hear them. So this is the same thing with the Lord's pastimes. Okay?
Sure. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Yeah.
Okay, that's very good. And final question was raised by Brahmaji. How should we react and process what's happening in Bangladesh? That's a hard one. As far as what we should do, we don't want to make the situation worse. If we make too many protests, we start protesting on the street and whatever mood, it could cause a further social unrest. Not only in Bangladesh, it could cause social unrest in India. So we really have to be careful about not what we call exacerbating the situation, making it worse than it is. Now, that's from one side. From the other side, we should be horrified by what's happening, what has happened. It's actually what has happened. I don't think it's maybe not continuing to happen. What has happened, and pray. There was one devotee who left his body. He was killed. And we should pray for that devotee. That's one thing. Place. There's literally tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of devotees. With internet connection unstable. There's hundreds of thousands of devotees in Bangladesh, and so we should pray for them. They're all very great devotees. Bangladesh is where many of the great saints were born, like Tamadas Thakur and others. So it's very important. The government of Bangladesh is trying to rectify the situation. So we have to be careful of not igniting communal violence, either in Bangladesh or in India, because that will make the situation worse. And that's really what the terrorists want. They want that sort of communal violence to destabilize everything in Bangladesh and India. They are not just thinking of attacking temples, they're thinking of destabilizing things like they did in Afghanistan and like they've done in many cases in Pakistan. So we have to approach the situation very, very carefully. So we ask everyone to pray. ISKCON will be releasing some news or some statements as to what we should do, and maybe tomorrow night we can speak about those things. So now it's time to end, and I guess tomorrow if someone else has something to offer, they can offer it tomorrow night, or we'll continue with our recitation of the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita tomorrow night. Or we'll do both. Maybe one or two people want to say something, and then we can continue doing the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, thank you very much. That's it. All glories to His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada.